Look what Pop just brought home. Dodge D100 with a 440. He drove it for 10 hours on a dead cylinder.
Yep, 7 cylinders.
7 cylinders?
Dead hole.
The light out.
Well, I took that out today.
Yeah.
We had a burned out brake light, which is also turn signal for the right hand side. Anyway.
Nice. It's a Dodge D100 76 Dodge. Came with a 440. Makes it extremely rare for its type, half-ton pickup truck. And Pop said for future plans we might put headers on it, fix it up, make it look nice. And it's a pretty neat truck.
Well, let's go show the engine.
Alrighty then. Ooh, goody. Air conditioning too.
Yep, it's got a bunch of options. We got air conditioning.
Yep.
Cruise control.
Oh yeah, cruise control.
Power brakes.
Power brakes.
Power assist brakes.
Mhm.
Power steering.
Yep.
We have windshield wiper washers that work excellent. So.
Wow, that came with a lot of options. It's not just a 440.
Yep, got a lot of stuff. It's and it runs good.
Yeah.
I don't think it never shifts down when it goes into high gear. It's got enough torque to pull you up a hill.
Garbage.
You could probably beat one of these things with a moped engine and a Chevy square body.
Yeah.
This truck runs extremely well. Lots of power.
It does.
Lots of power.
Yep, even on 7 cylinders, when we were heading up to the bus stop, Pop rolled on the throttle a little bit, and it was only half throttle. It started taking off.
Yeah. So what do you want to do with it? Anything special you want to do with it?
Not really. I'm glad that we can put some headers on it.
Yeah.
Because Dodge exhaust is, but.
All right, Jacob. So we'll get this AC working.
Yep.
You gotta have, when you got AC, you gotta make it work.
Yep.
But you know, we'll get everything on the truck done. It's basically going to go through a complete restoration. We'll fix all the rot.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go back to this color. What do you think of the color? You like it?
I don't like the tannish. For the first time I saw it, I kind of thought it was like a faded out yellow, but kind of, you know.
What do you think? It looks like mustard color or something?
Yeah,
I
mustard.
don't know.
Like kind of a, like it's kind of like a faded mustard color.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do the headers.
Yep, put headers on it.
Yeah, and what do headers do? What do we want headers for?
Scavenge.
Aha, scavenge, exactly. It's not a flow issue, it's a scavenge issue.
Yep.
So we'll do, we're going to do a set of headers on here, and we're going to do a different intake manifold too.
All right.
Okay, let's go show that.
All right. Here's that intake manifold Pop was talking about earlier. Nice Edelbrock. I like that.
All right, now they don't make them anymore. So it's the Edelbrock, see right here? SP2P. Okay, and obviously 440. Really, that just means 440 just means an RB engine is what that means. But SP stands for small port. Shine down here. SP stands for small port. 2P is two plane. So it's a dual plane intake manifold. Dual plane with very small ports. Now take a look at this. You can see where the gasket is way out here. So they've got these little teeny tiny runners. Now here's the beauty of this. This will take horsepower out of the engine. Okay, but on a truck, depending on gear ratio that you use, horsepower is not king. You want to have that pullability. You want to be able to yank something heavy. This will give you excellent economy, or better economy. Let's just say better economy. And it will get you a lot more from 0 RPMs to say 4,000 RPMs. And you can see it's flanged for a spread board. So we may put a thermal quad on it. But I'm thinking along the lines, I might just use this as a time to play with maybe a 390 4-barrel Holly. And we may put that on there. Little tiny carburetor the 390 would probably, you know, maybe match them little baby runners. The idea here is to get the airspeed up. And velocity is an important thing to getting better mileage and producing more torque. Low-speed engines don't typically move lots and lots of air, so the airspeed is low. So if we make the port smaller, it increases the airspeed, and that helps pick up the torque quality. So that is why we're going to use this. These manifolds, if you have a motorhome, these are excellent for running very heavy engines. I mean, very heavy vehicles. Very heavy vehicles. From a dead stop, it'll allow that thing to grunt its way moving. So this is a purpose-built manifold. It does take horsepower away, but it should increase the low RPM torque. That's what we're going to put on this truck. So headers, this manifold, eventually a camshaft, but we won't worry about the cam right now. All right, that's what the future is. Okay, so we know it's running on 7 cylinders. You can see the engine is shaking.
Yep.
All right, now how can we tell that it's running on 7 cylinders, or that we have, you know, is it a compression issue? Is it a bad spark plug? Let's find out. If it's a compression issue, it could be a bad piston rings, or a valve, intake or exhaust. Is it got an air leak somewhere that's causing that one cylinder to go lean? So what we do here is, with the engine running, you could pull this wire off down here, one at a time, pull a spark plug wire off, and if it doesn't change the engine speed, then we know we found the right one, okay?
Yep.
There's a problem with that though. What happens if I pull this wire away right here?
You get shocked.
Yeah, I get shocked because the spark has nowhere to go.
Yep.
But what if I pull it away from the cap? Can I do that?
Yep.
If I pull it away from the cap, I'm pulling it away from the source.
Yeah.
As long as I don't get my finger down inside the reluctor here, going down there, as long as I don't get my finger down inside there, I'm not going to get shocked. So let me give you an example. Watch. Can you see the spark coming out?
Yep.
Now listen to the engine speed. Is that cylinder running?
That cylinder is running.
Okay.
Try that again. I'm going to go by the exhaust. But listen to it.
Alright, so you go through one at a time, pull the next one out, make a difference?
Yep.
Now look, no hands, nothing special, I'm not getting it shocked because I pulled my hand away, or I pulled the wire from the source. Watch when I put it back to the source. Okay? Alright, so let's see here. Let's try this one here. Is that one running?
That one's running.
Yep.
That one's gone. You might hear the shocking of it coming out. That one's missing.
Okay, so let's follow that wire and we'll see which one it is.
All right.
There it is right here. You want to come around the other side?
Yep.
There's the wire.
Number 2.
Actually, number 4 is what it is, but it's the second one back.
Yep, second one back.
And it's not number 2, it's number 3.
Yeah, number 3.
So it's not number 4. Firing, or the cylinder order is all the odds are on this side.
All the evens are
on this side. Okay. So let's do a quickie, show you right here. Can you see down here? If you don't know which way your rotation of your distributor is, look. If you don't know the firing order, look at it. 1-843-6572, right there, firing order. You don't need a book.
Oh.
You don't need a stinking book. Not on a Mopar.
Yep, Mopar tells you right there.
Yeah. So now we know that it's not cylinder 1.
Yep.
It's 1, 3,
5, 7.
Well, we got number 3 cylinder is dead.
Number 3 cylinder is missing.
And there are no vacuum lines on there. So it's not a specific vacuum leak.
Yep.
Unless it's a gasket. Okay, now let's see if we can figure out if it's a compression issue.
All right.
Go ahead and turn it off. Now, you go ahead and crank it over. Let me, now listen carefully to the sound, what it sounds like. And then you come out and you tell the folks why we think it is what it is. If it's maybe it's a bad spark plug, maybe it's a bad wire, could be a bad cap. Or it could be a compression issue. So go crank it and let's see what it sounds like.
All right.
Exactly. So the end result is spark plug wire? Spark plug? No. Compression. And we got a few things that can affect that. We have
stuck valves, burnt pistons,
maybe bad compression rings, broken ring or something like that, maybe a blown head gasket.
Yeah.
So could be one of those.
Yep.
Now this doesn't act like a blown head gasket. If it was a head gasket and it was blown to the outside, we'd hear it go ch-ch-ch. If it was blown to the inside, it would look like a freight train coming out of here. And if it was blown into a water jacket, we'd pull our dipstick out and it would look like milk. We're not going through any kind of coolant.
Nope.
You know, we're doing okay that way.
Yep.
So
it's probably just
not a blown head gasket. Well, it could be a burnt valve.
Yeah, it could be a
But
burnt valve.
you and I are going to take it apart and find out what it is. What we can do is we can take the spark plug wire out and put a leak down tester on it. And if it was an intake valve, you'd hear it leaking through here. You'd have to turn the engine over to get number 3 cylinder to TDC compression. And then you put air in that cylinder, and if it was a bad intake valve, it'd leak through here. If it was a bad exhaust valve, you'd hear it leak through there. And if it was bad rings, you'd hear it leak through here. Now we're going to go ahead, we don't care if we care, but whatever it is, we know it's a compression issue, so we're going to take this thing apart and go after it.
Alrighty then.
Now, just as a quickie, I know it's an exhaust valve. At least I think it is.
Okay.
Did I tell you why? I don't think I told you why I think so yet. Okay. Here's why. When we crank it, if you listen very carefully, especially to the exhaust, you can hear the exhaust go bloop, 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 bloop. And that sound is the compression leaking past an exhaust valve. Whispering farts.
Whispering farts. Whispering.
All right. So I think that's going to do it for now. We will disassemble this thing and we'll show that later.
Alrighty.
And put it all back together, make it run on 8. So Jacob, what do you do when you like a video?
Like and subscribe.
That's right.